Hey YouTube family, hope you guys are having a great day. Today I'm coming to you with a brand new YouTube video. This one is actually inspired by an Instagram live stream I did last week. And I thought this was a pretty good topic to talk about, especially now that so many of you who are students are potentially graduating this month or the next month. Now, what I want to talk about today is building a portfolio. Now, I'm not going to go huge detail about that because I am creating a course right now on building a portfolio both in school and out of school. And it's something that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about. Today, we're going to be talking about a specific lesson that's going to be in the course. I call this the Main Street experiment. Now, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking, like, if let's say you live in the United States, or you live in Canada, Mexico, wherever it is, it's safe to say there's probably some sort of like main like strip of businesses, mom and pop businesses, small things, not like big big brand stores, box stores, things like that. We're talking about the smaller businesses and things like that. Things that have been around for like, I don't know, 50 years or 60 years, sometimes even 100 years. And what we're going to do is we're going to use those businesses as a launch pad to building our portfolio. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay, let's say, let me think of an example. Okay, let's say that you're walking down your main street, or you're even jumping on a main street that's on like Google Maps. That's actually a good idea. Go on, if you guys aren't in the United States, or if you're not, there is no main street near you, just find a random town or city or something like that in the US, and then search for the main street, and then just go by and look at the different stores that are on that main street. It's a little bit lazy, but they should help. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to look at these stores and list out every single store, list out what they do, list out, what kind of stuff is around them and everything like that. For instance, near me, it's not Main Street, but it's a shopping center. There's a frozen yogurt place. And the frozen yogurt place is old. This place has been around since the 80s or 90s. The branding is so out to date. They have a faded sign. All the imagery on the inside of the business is just like decayed. It's like, I think they have photographs of Froyo from back in like 1984, and it's crazy. So what I would do then is I would take that idea. I could either do one of two things. I can either go and talk to the business owner, or I can just do it just for the heck of it, just for myself, just to build up my portfolio. And what I can do is, if let's say I decide to go and talk to that business owner, then what I can do is like, hey, how are you doing today? And I can learn about the business. I can, try and pitch to do a small project for him. And I wouldn't even worry about the cost of it. I would do it for a low amount, especially if I'm just starting off, because the key thing here is you're trying to build your portfolio. You're not trying to build an income right now. Because if you're right out of school, I would never suggest you go full-time freelance. I would suggest you would always go and get a job at an agency, studio, startup, whatever it is, so that you can learn on the job. Never go full-time freelance outside of school. Don't do it. Never. No. Okay. So like, even if like they have like, oh, I can pay you maybe $100, $200 or something like that. That's fine. That's extra money in your pocket. You can then take out, your girlfriend, boyfriend to dinner. You can go to the movies and things like that. Perfect. If not, if you don't want the face-to-face interaction and you want to just like use these as examples, go ahead. So for instance, let's take that example of the Froyo shop. All right. There's multiple things that we can do there, because what we can do is number one, we can do branding. We can rebrand the whole shop. We can rebrand everything from the sign outside to the napkins, the little ID tags that you put, like they put on top of the Froyo places and things like that. You can rebrand all of the signage that's inside. There's so much you can do with rebranding. With illustration, we can create a bunch of illustrations. We could create illustrations that would become murals on the wall, illustrations that would be used in any type of marketing collateral that we might create, or even use illustrations on the menus that would be inside of the Froyo place. There's a big possibility there as well. Let's see, what else can we do? We can also create a website for this. We can create a website, and mind you, these do not have to be functional. They don't actually have to be made into real life. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is just talk about the process of it. You have to like go through and like, let's say if you want to create a website, create like a landing page. So what you've done now is like, if you want to do all of these things, or you just want to do one or two things, You know, you could do branding, you could do illustration, you could do UI UX. You could even go as far as doing animations for some sort of like little commercial or something like that. But you're creating all of these things. These are different touch points that you can put inside of your portfolio, and that can help you get a job. Because I'm going to tell you right now, those projects you're doing in school are not going to help you get a job. They're not. I can guarantee that. Right now, every year, I think I saw a statistic that between 5 to 10,000 design or creative students are graduating each year. How many of those people do you think find jobs within the first couple of months? Very little. The people who are finding jobs are those who are going above and beyond. They're the ones who are doing freelance work. They're the ones that half of their portfolio at least is new projects that were not done in school, because you have to set yourself up for success. Now, once you figure out what you want to do for this brand, then it's, or for, this business, by the way, I would do this. If you're not going to talk to business owners, if you're going to go this route where you create just for yourself, for your portfolio, I would do it between 5 to 10 of these things and change them up. If you're wanting to do branding, UI, UX, illustration, animation, all those things, right? Don't do all of that for every single one. Do like maybe 2 that are all of those things. Maybe do like something that's just animation, something that's just branding, and maybe some UI work and stuff like that. But change things up. Use those things as great jumping off points for your portfolio. Now, during the whole process, record it. Whether it's video like we're doing right now, or imagery, or saving your sketches. And by the way, sketch. Don't just like half-ass it. Excuse me for the language. Do not half-ass it. Really, really try and record all that stuff. Have all those sketches saved. Have if you decide to work with the owner, then have pictures of you in the owner's in the actual business. Maybe a picture of you and the owner. Take pictures of the before and how it can then be transformed. If you really want to, record video of yourself. Make actual video case studies that you can put up on your website and on YouTube. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, the more stuff that you put up, the more content that you create, the better your portfolio is going to be, and the better odds you're going to have of finding a job, and even finding freelance work on top of that as well. So let me also explain one thing. By the way, guys, I know that I'm jumping all over the place. That's because this is impromptu. There's no script to this. This is all stream of consciousness, me talking to you. But let me explain something. For those of you out there who might be thinking, you know what, I love this idea. I don't think I'm going to go talk to the business owner. I think I would just rather just sit in my bedroom and craft all these things on my own. Let me explain why I think that you guys actually should go out. If you guys are in the area and everything, if it's local, go out and actually talk to the business owners. The reason why is because throughout your career, you are going to be put in situations where you are talking face to face with clients. And the best way to start is to just put yourself in that situation now, so you can learn, okay, get used to like talking to people, get used to like pitching things, because you're going to get turned down a lot. And it's better to do it now and get turned down than to do it, 5 years from now and still getting turned down. You have to be confident in, the way that you speak, in the way that you pitch things, in the way that you talk to a client. Because trust me, a client is coming to you, a client is coming to you not because, they think you're expendable, that they're like, oh, I just want to quick get a thing done. Sometimes that is the case. Don't work with those people. But a client is coming to you because they see you as an expert. They're seeing you as a person that can help them out. So that's what you have to remember you are. You are a professional. You are an expert. Even if you're still in school, you are still an expert. Because guess what? You know more about branding, about design, about the things that work than that business owner does. So you have to instill in yourself this confidence to keep going and keep moving forward, to keep pushing yourself, and to keep talking to people. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, if you never talk to a single client, you are never going to make it in design. You're never going to make it in illustration. You're never going to make it in anything. You have to put yourself out there. And that's what I'm trying to like drill into you. So if you want to, just try, go through and do that thing. Go and ask, 50 places. And if somebody says no, create it anyway. But who knows, you might get a couple of people who say yes. Then you've got a couple extra bucks in your pocket, and you've got that person-to-person interaction. Now, the course I'm going to create is going to go more into detail. I'm going to list out things that you should do, how you should go about, your first meetings with these type of clients and things like that. And so, just keep a lookout for that. But anyway, once you've got, like, let's say you've gone through and you've created, all these different things for this, whether it's a real client or an imaginary client, now you've got a great little portfolio. If let's say you do 5 of these instead of like 10, if you do 5 of these businesses, you already have a portfolio right then and there. I wouldn't show anything you did in college. Just be like, tell future employers, I did a bunch in college, but you know what? I'm more proud of the stuff that I did outside of school because it pushed myself. Because I learned so much more in the doing of that than listening to teachers who are either they've never worked a day in an agency in their life, they are washed up or retired. And by the way, not all professors are like that. I'm speaking from my own personal experiences. I know plenty of professors I've met over the years since I went to college. They are amazing. So I'm literally just talking about my own situation. So I apologize for those of you out there who are in higher education. I apologize. That's just my personal opinion. But you need to push yourself, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have not seen a portfolio from a student who's about to graduate, and since I graduated, that could make it on its own. The people who make it on their own are always the ones that go the extra mile. They're the ones who really push things, and they do more than what's being asked. When I graduated from college, I had been doing freelance the entire time I was in college. My portfolio was a mixture of both school projects and things I did outside school. And let me tell you this right now. I had a fight to get the stuff I did outside of school into my portfolio just for my portfolio show, and because they thought that what I was doing outside of school didn't matter. So I'm going to tell you this right now. What I did outside school was the most important part of that portfolio, and eventually I removed everything I did inside of school. The only ones I kept in there from school were the ones that were like independent, where I got to choose the topics. I got to build everything out myself. Those were the ones I kept in because those were the most valuable. So I don't know where this video is going. Hopefully this video has sparked some ideas with you guys. Go and do that whole experiment. If you guys try it, definitely let me know how it works. And if you have questions about it, please let me know down in the show notes below. Direct message me on Instagram at Rocky Rourke. Hit me up on email, hello@rockyrourke.com. Just reach out if you guys ever have any questions, or if you have questions about this in particular. I'm always interested to help you guys out. All right, so I guess that's it for the video and everything like that. The last thing I'm going to say is this Friday I am holding a free webinar for everybody who purchased the Daily Drawing Lessons course. There's a link down below. Go check it out. It's the last week that the Drawing Lessons course is going to be set at $25. It's going to be going up after that. And also, it's the last chance to purchase the course and get this free webinar. Once Friday rolls around, that's it. I'm sending out the emails for the link on Friday at probably about 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to go live at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So please, guys, definitely, if you guys have not purchased the course and you want to get that free little webinar, it's a 2 to 3 hour webinar, go purchase the course today. You won't regret it. I'm going to be going over any and all questions that I receive about the course. I'm going to do some live demos of certain things. I've already gotten a few questions in through Instagram, and I'm going to be answering those live. So please, guys, please go and check it out. And for those of you who purchased the course and you guys are like, oh, you know what, I'm in a different time zone, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Everyone who has purchased the course by Friday or on Friday will receive a link to the live stream, and at the end, you will receive a private link. This is a link that only people who have purchased the course will receive, to the recording of the webinar. I don't believe that I'm actually going to release that to anyone else beyond that. I might, give it out to other people who purchased the course. I'm still trying to figure that one out, but definitely go check it out. You won't regret it. All right, everybody. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is kind of lengthy, so I apologize. But always remember to stay passionate, stay positive, and stay creative. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday during the webinar.